I dreamed of a storm of kisses at the World Trade Center and cried out, "Please let me sleep." It must have been September 10th. I had a strange dream. I was tired and went to bed, and several women were showering me with kisses. I may have cried out, "Please let me sleep." Then several men I had known before came over. They greeted me with carefree smiles. But their clothes were strange. They were all in sharp military uniforms. Some of them even saluted. The terrorist attacks in the United States were carried out the day after. I went to New York when I was still young. I stayed at the Penta Hotel in front of Madison Square Garden for about a week, on a tour without a tour conductor. By the way, this hotel is said to be the hotel where jazz master Benny Goodman used to play in his early days. If you are interested, please watch the 1955 movie, The Benny Goodman Story. If you are a music lover, I think it will be a moving movie. Anyway, after seeing the Empire State Building and the Statue of Liberty, I took a helicopter ride for $50 and asked the pilot, "What is that big building?" It was the World Trade Center. The next morning, I took the subway to the World Trade Center. Perhaps because it happened to be a Sunday, the city was quiet. The entrance to the World Trade Center was also closed. Still, since I had come all the way there, I wanted to see inside. So I went down the underground stairs and entered the building. The basement was pitch black. I mustered up my courage and went forward, and the air was lukewarm. There were no voices or sounds, but I felt a strange presence. Then, my foot stepped on something soft. "What?" I shouted without thinking, and what I saw was a group of homeless people lying down in the hall. All the sparkling eyes looked at me, but I didn't feel scared. I was looked at as if I was a shell of a soul, and I didn't feel intimidated. Even though there were so many of them, I somehow made it through the hall and entered the first floor of the World Trade Center building. But the security guard conveniently told me it was a holiday and whisked me away. Still, I vaguely remember the atmosphere and appearance of the hall as I saw it in the movie. Most likely, people who normally visit the World Trade Center building go on weekdays, and they probably don't enter from the basement, and there's probably no one sleeping there during the day on a weekday. However, the 100-story building, a symbol of the superpower America, and the homeless people sleeping in its basement, taught me the precious reality that, in contrast to the so-called American success story, there are people who are doing their best just to survive. Then, the more glamorous the success of successful people in America, the more I couldn't help but be curious about the dark side. But who were those women kissing me in my dream? And why were they wearing military uniforms?